Hi, I'm Lara. I'm new to Bike World, but I've been invited to be one of the presenters with Chris Northover. Pretty excited about it actually. I am an ex-racer or current racer. I've been racing for about 5 or 6 years with Thundersport GB. Cut my teeth on a Honda CB500, raced a couple of Ducatis, and now I race a Yamaha R6. So I know my way around a circuit most of the time, if not some aggressive parking when I'm not. Today we are at Silverstone. It is a Ducati UK day and it feels like we've got a bit of VIP treatment. The soundtrack today is phenomenal. There's every single different type of Ducati you can possibly think of, and I'm particularly excited because I'm finally going to get to ride the Ducati Panigale V2. I produced a YouTube video about it a while ago, kind of rode it on the road, but frustrated a little bit that I couldn't stretch its legs. I reckoned it was a track weapon straight out of the box. And now here at Silverstone, I'm going to find out.
These videos only happen because of the support and help from our sponsors. Support the companies that support us.
What an absolute weapon. I've ridden on this on the road for a YouTube video I did ages ago, and now I've finally got to do what I wanted to do, which was ride it on the track, and it is absolutely delivered. I'm buzzing, and Silverstone is like the perfect place to do it. Yeah, well chuffed. It's been quite an idyllic day. Nothing really gets better than, well, the sun shining. It's the UK, it's Silverstone, fully open GP circuit with so much Ducati to enjoy. And I finally got to ride the V2, which I kind of wanted to do for a long time. Since doing like a YouTube video, I always felt like I couldn't really fully use it. And what better circuit to do it than here at Silverstone? So I sniffed my way around the track this morning, and the V2 is a generally friendly bike to ride. I've ridden quite a lot of Ducatis. I rode an early 1198, which was just violence, and I've had a little taste on a V4 today, which has just utter mind-blowing power in the roll-on. But the V2, just straight out of the box, I think it is quite a very track-friendly bike. For a twin, it's just fascinating how it keeps pulling. I've got a Super Sport that kind of peaks out. You look down at the rev counter and you're like, how am I still pulling? How am I still in third? It's quite an interesting feeling riding such a well-tuned twin. Once I got kind of Silverstone dialed in, I was hitting majority of apexes. Some footage may suggest otherwise. It went where I wanted to, and when I rolled on the power, albeit there's a pile of electronics behind the scenes, there was a tiny bit of slide if you let it, but it just drove out. You still have to work it. I think that's what was quite delightful about it. It's a bike that you need some skills to ride fast, but if you're good enough, you can probably keep up with its bigger brother well enough on the track. Maybe not so much on the Silverstone circuit. It's poised, well handled, and ready for the track straight out of the box. And today has really just proven that. In terms of the soundtrack, it's always a bit disappointing when it doesn't have acros on it. It's still got this kind of carnal roar to it, that Ducati spirit that is still captured in the V2. Once I got dialed into Silverstone and where your exits are on plan and they lead into your entries and your apexes for the next corner, the V2 is just a really, really happy place to be. It's almost unassuming. It doesn't have the ego of the V4. Obviously the V4 comes with a lot of aero and it's fatter and wider. The V2 is quite slim, almost has a level of delicacy to it. I keep using the word friendly, but I really like how it's not an intimidating bike. The brakes, I think it's fitted with, Brembos, but it does stop pretty well. In fact, incredibly well. There was a moment where the back end was moving around a little bit and it was just it felt quite fun, but it delivers. It's a really, really well-tuned package. I really like the power delivery. It's linear, which is confusing for a V-twin. It's almost like comparing it to my R6. It doesn't have that scream, that absolute chaos and that aggressive power band. It just pulls. It pulls, and when you ride it, get on the gas, out the corner, and just drive, and you'll reach the speeds you need to reach in a kind of a good V-twin growly way, which I quite enjoyed. So just found out that they're now allowing these bikes into the Supersport class at BSB. So rather than the Tri-Options Club, they're now going to compete in the Supersport category, which I think will be absolutely fascinating to see, rather than a single class make, to see how they compete against similar manufacturers. Like the good old days, twins versus inline fours, will be fascinating to watch. I couldn't have wanted for a better first day with Bike World. I'm really, really delighted to be on the team, and just to experience a day like this, it feels like VOP treatment. I've been given free rein to ride a variety of bikes, get some good track time on the V2, and just enjoy what is practically a private circuit with great other Ducati owners with a similar kindred spirit. Rag a V2 around and get filmed doing it. I'm pretty buzzing.